Your Excellency, next to me is Dr. Hani Kassis from Egypt. And Dr. Hani Kassis has a question to ask about the export processing zone. Sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, everybody. We represent 720 companies in the chemical sector which represent paper, glass, plastics. We have been here in the 5th of this month exhibiting with 70 companies. We are a member of the Kenyan Federation, like the Chamber. And with the Chamber, with the Kenyan Chamber, we work very closely. Actually, there's a very good appetite to grow the business between private business sector between Egypt and Kenya. And we have declared with the Chamber that 2015 will be the industrial year for Kenya and Egypt. We are very passionate to work with you and with your beloved country. And our question goes, how can we create Kenya as a center zone of excellency through our investment for re-export to we have issues with the percentage that we have to get into Kenya, so we want the Kenyan Egyptian factories to be the center to serve the area in lots of African regions. So we just have this as a challenge. So this is my question. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Just to clarify, he was asking about the percentage from the export processing zone that is allowed back into the country. I think the current percentage is 20%, and they would like that increased. Sir.
Thank you very much. Johnson Mwakazi.
Your Excellency, a question here from Masanori Sakanashi, who's the General Manager, East Africa, Marubeni Corporation. Your question.
His Excellency, Mr. President, habari za mchana. Nimefurahi kukuona. Jina langu ni Sakanashi. I'm very proud and honored to be here this morning. I'm from a company called Marubeni Corporation, which is one of the biggest trading and investment company headquartered in Tokyo. We have 170 offices in 67 countries. One of them is Nairobi. I'm the general manager of that the office from this April, and we are trying to promote many kinds of trading and investment opportunities. We are very much interested in the energy sector of your country, especially in geothermal. So we understand the Kenyan government is trying very hard to develop that geothermal project in Kenya. So my question would be, what kind of opportunities are there for foreign investors in geothermal project, and what kind of support would the Kenyan government do for that? Asante sana. Kwaheri.
Thank you very much. Amani Maranga.
All right, from this level, I'll have two questions. One is from Mr. Mark Schroeder from Austin, Texas. Sir.
Mr. President, thank you very much for convening and for your leadership over this tremendous conference, this inaugural conference for Kenya. My question to you, Mr. President, and first let me describe my company Stratfor, based in Texas in the United States. We provide geopolitical analysis and forecasting for corporate clients to invest in countries in Kenya and East Africa, West Africa, other regions of the world. We look to this region, we look to the tremendous emerging economic resources that are happening, we look to the tremendous infrastructure developments that are taking place. However, these are projects and initiatives that are taking place across the region, not just in Kenya. Given the scarce resources that are also happening across the world, in the United States, in Europe, in Asia, there are not enough resources to invest in the opportunities that are taking place. So my question is, what are you doing to lead and guide Kenya, that Kenya should be the place that these scarce resources should invest in? And not in similar projects in neighboring countries, perhaps, that we see taking place as well. Thank you, sir.
All right, just to clarify, I think one of the things I hear is what is the unique opportunity that is in Kenya that differentiates us from the region.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mokazi?
A question from Patrick Karani, who's the Chief Executive Officer, Bear International. Your question.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, we thank you very much for your leadership. And as a Kenyan, I know what you are going through. And Kenya is the place to be for the investors. My simple question is, what does this conference mean for you and at large for Kenyans? A follow-up would be, what would be your plans after this conference?
Very direct question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amani.
All right, I have Mr. Ashok Rupshi Shah from the Infinity Industrial Park. Mr. Shah has a question about the investment.
Your Excellency President of Kenya, I congratulate you for taking initiative to driving this country into industrialization under your leadership. My question is that we are developing an industrial park called Infinity Industrial Park. And how can we get the support from the government at under one roof, one place where we can do the fast track of the development of the infrastructure development?
All right, so he's looking for support from the government. Their park is about a 200-acre park in Ruai, and I think part of the issues they're raising is about the infrastructure level in that area.
Thank you very much. Mokazi, any more?
A final question here from Devang Raval of Devki Steel Mills Limited.
Thank you, Mr. President, for presiding over this function. We are involved in the manufacturing of steel and cement. My question to you is, what is the government doing in order to protect the iron and steel industry in Kenya? Thank you.
Protection of the industry. Thank you, Your Excellency.
And the final question shall be from the ambassador.
Final question from Dr. Christana, British High Commission.
Your Excellency, good morning. We are all here because we want exactly the same thing. More jobs, more growth, more investment in Kenya. Our goals are exactly the same. I am speaking because as partners, as old friends, we as governments, as development partners must also do our bit to support the many investors who are here today. We must also rebut myths. One myth I have heard this morning is that Kenyans have to go to South Africa to apply for a British visa. It is not correct, not true. They can apply here in Nairobi. My question is to ask what else you think we as partners can do to support your cabinet secretaries in their work on the ease of doing business. The task force that has been established by Cabinet Secretary Aden Mohammed, I think is hugely important. What else should we be doing to help streamline work permits regulations to get those investors in with their cash that we want being invested here? Asante sana.